The final score, NFA 0, Wrexham 11. And this, I mean, it's not a surprise because we are a very strong side playing a team 2 divisions down. But it was nice to see us looking really, really ruthless and properly putting a team to the sword. NFA, great setup, smashing club, and really gutsy in their efforts. But yeah, ultimately, Wrexham's quality just blew them away. A really lovely performance. We rotated Chloe Ankers in goal for a second senior appearance, her first one coming 2 years ago. She's got 2 clean sheets to her credit in her first team career now. Also, Neve Adams made her first start for us, and Isabella Barnett came on at half time, which means that she and Ryan are now the first brother and sister to have represented Wrexham. That's pretty cool, isn't it? We started off very strongly on a pitch which, okay, was a bit erratic, but let's be frank here. The men's team playing on it the day before, it's been pouring down on it all week, and they've done a great job to make it playable. And it's certainly in a better state than at least a couple of Adran Premier pitches that I could mention. We started off instantly on the front foot. Chloe Ankers feeding the ball out coolly under pressure to Josie Smith. She knocked the ball over the top, and Rosie Hughes is racing through the middle. Ingram's coming out, fouled her, and Wrexham was shouting for a red card. Oh, I mean, could you imagine having the keeper sent off in the 3rd minute against a side that is already very, very strong? Well, the ref gave a yellow, and I think probably correctly. It was very similar to the incident Lizzie Craven had against TNS when the ref gave a yellow, and Hayward, the centre-back, had sort of kept up with Hughes. Don't think she'd knocked it quite as wide as the TNS player did in the previous incident, but still, think probably the ref got it right with the yellow, as Hughes was forced wide. Hughes, of course, making her 100th appearance for Wrexham, the first player ever to do so. And yeah, she'd have a pretty good time of it. She threatened again from the free kick. Snape, whose quality on set pieces has been brilliant all season, but really was devilish at this game, whipped a great ball in. Hughes came in, struck it. The ball initially was saved by Ingram, who pushed it down. Hughes lunged in and struck it on the stretch from close range, hit it hard against the post, and the ball ricocheted away. But the goal was coming, and it did come in the 6th minute. Snape whipping in a corner, Hughes losing a marker at the near post and heading calmly in to get the scoring going. Cara Jones was really stretching play on the right, and Neve Adams on the left. We were looking dangerous on either flank. Jones had a dangerous moment when Knox fed the ball out to her, and she just ripped a powerful strike across the face of goal. It took off, I think it hit a divot in the middle of the pitch and flew across the like when you play curbsies and you throw the ball on the curb and hit it perfectly and it goes flying up. It was horrible and impossible to defend, and luckily for NFA nobody got a touch on it. But it was a warning shot for what was to come, because a minute later Jones, in a similar position, had scored. She actually started to move off in midfield, fed her up to Hughes. Hughes does brilliantly. She tries to play a through pass for Abby Iddenden. A good block stops her. The ball comes flying back at her really quickly. Cara Jones, is having won the ball and fed Hughes, carried on her run down the right, and Hughes reacts brilliantly as the ball is coming quickly back at her to pop a perfect pass to Jones, and in the right channel Jones sets herself and drills a tremendous finish across the keeper and in off the post. Nothing anyone can do about that either, and Wrexham have a 2-goal lead. And the pressure continues. Adams getting around the back of her defence, pulling it back in. A defender intercepts, but Iddenden wins it back and feeds Jones, who from the right drills in another shot, but puts it just over the bar. Before the 25th minute, it's 3-0. This time, it's good work by Lily Jones, who feeds Iddenden, goes for the return ball, and knocks it in over the top. Hayward, the defender, off balance. The last defender can only get a touch on it and drop it in to Rosie Hughes, but it's not sat up kindly for her. It's dropped a little bit behind her, and she does really well in the D to dig out a great finish. Gets a lot of power on it, considering the fact the ball's just sitting in the pitch a bit and is a bit behind her, and drills it inside the left post. A real quality finish by Rosie. A couple of minutes later, Lily Jones, feeding Idendon, who on the turn drills a great shot across the keeper. Brilliant save by Ingram, really strong right hand, lunges across and manages to push the ball away. But again, a minute later, there's another goal. This time again, Josie Smith feeding it on towards the edge of the area. Lily Jones with a tremendous little flip over the top, and Rosie Hughes racing onto it, lashes it in gleefully for a hat-trick. Another hat-trick for Rosie. She isn't finished yet either. And we continue to push on throughout the first half. Idendon turning nicely, feeding in Cara Jones. She works it back to Idendon, who's made a good run down the right, and Idendon could have shot, but instead selfishly pulls it back. Lily Jones smashes the ball in despite an awkward bounce just as it's coming to a huge block to stop it from going in. And then Knox with a free kick fed in. The defender gets a touch, but it drops for Allen. About 8 yards out, she sets herself, hits it hard. Good save again with her feet by Ingram. And so as a result of that, it's 4-0 at the break. But second half doesn't start well for NFA. Barnett comes on for Smith at the break, as I mentioned before. And in the first minute of the half, Wrexham get the fifth. Cara Jones drilling a horrible ball into the goal mouth, and Ingram does well to get her hands to it but can't hold on to it as it's coming across her low. Hughes hits a shot from close range, and Ingram does well to spread herself, hits her body, spins up in the air, but like the predator she is, Hughes isn't going to take any chances. It might have looped in anyway, but Hughes isn't going to wait and find out. She steps in and just smashes it into the empty net, and it's 5-0. 6-0 in the 55th minute, so after probably our least intense 10 minutes of the match. There's an injury which takes to an NFA player, which takes a bit of the steam out of the game. And we're 5 up, obviously. And just for a little bit, we're on top of the game without really getting anywhere. But that all changes in the 55th minute when the ball is played into the box and Knox running into it on the right channel is tripped by Williams. It's a little bit unlucky, if I'm honest. Indon's played a nice little pass, and Williams, I don't think is trying to foul her, but as Knox gets goal side of her and Williams runs behind, she definitely makes contact. And the referee, you never seen a penalty given so quickly, it was so obvious. Knox steps up herself and drills it inside the right post. That's now 4 games in a row that she's scored in now. Knox, not bad. She isn't finished yet, and frankly, it's funny, isn't it? She about 2 weeks ago, 5 games in a row scored was the club record. Not anymore. Katie Barker's done 7. Knox is now heading towards that as well. Anyway, Wrexham continue. A great ball by Snape, switching play on her right foot. Idendon on the right, pulls it back. Lily Jones smashes it through a crowded penalty area. Keeper's got no chance, totally unsighted. It goes just wide. And then almost from the goal kick, Knox gets another goal kick intercepted by Knox. She's a good 35 yards out, and she just lashes a tremendous shot straight back in. Ingram will be a bit disappointed. I think she wasn't able to get a hand on it and stop it, but brilliant instinctive play by Knox, opportunistic, spotting a moment and taking it. And 5 minutes later, she's got a hat-trick. A hat-trick in 8 minutes. The 8th fastest, beg your pardon, the equal fastest recorded hat-trick by Wrexham women. Short corner to Lily Jones on the right side. She clips a lovely inviting ball in and knocks it at close range as a pretty straightforward headed finish to complete that hat-trick. We make changes. Ava Suckley gives Rosie Hughes a rest. Nat Clark comes on for Lily Jones, and the one-way traffic continues. Snape, the free kick, drilling it in, and Ingram does well to tip it over with a strong hand. But halfway through the second half comes another goal. On this occasion, the ball is cleared. Clark puts it back in over the top. Ingham comes racing out, and Iddenden does really well to flick it over her and score. The keeper and striker collide really heavily, and it looks worrying for a moment, but both of them get up and are okay to carry on. Again, nothing sinister about Ingham, just racing out and trying to make a save. A great finish by Iddenden. With a quarter of an hour left comes another. Knox feeding in a free kick. It's stabbed towards goal and cleared. Snape whips it back in after Clark does ever so well, just about making a 50-50 first, and really good awareness knowing that Snape's out there and just prodding it first time perfectly to her. Snape whips a great cross to the far post. Allen gets up with a powerful header into the goal mouth, and there's Ava Suckley to lunge in and knock it in from close range. Wrexham then make another chance. Snape with a corner, whipping it in. Adams popping up at the far post, but just mistiming her header and putting her off target before Iddenden carries it well, finds Suckley, her shot's blocked. Clark lashes in a shot from the edge of the D and looked really annoyed with herself as she put it just off target. Maria Mahmood comes on with 9 minutes left to replace Faye Knox, and 6 minutes left. She's got a goal as well. It's an ironic one. Mahmood, in her short cameo, looks so threatening. She hits a shot, and Loz Jones, who's playing up front for NFA, in fact she's been scoring a few this season, but has moved to centre back in the second half to try and stem the bleeding, was a goalkeeper, and she makes a cracking save. Obviously it's old habits die hard. Mahmood hits it, and Loz Jones sticks her right hand up and pushes it away. It's a penalty. Mahmood, like Knox, great penalty just inside the right post. And there's one more chance. Mahmood feeding Suckley, who helps it on to Iddenden. She drives it in. Loz Jones clears it off the line. It falls for Phoebe Davis, who cuts inside onto a left foot. 6 yards out. Are we going to get a bit of a collector's piece and a goal by Phoebe? No, because the defender gets a really good block on it and denies her. So, I mean, we expected to win. Let's not kid ourselves. But still, a very, very professional and satisfying performance. 2 hat-tricks. The fastest hat-trick in our history, or equal fastest. Rosie Hughes, the first player to make 100 appearances for Wrexham, adding to her phenomenal goal-scoring records. That's now 125 goals in 100 appearances for Wrexham. Not bad figures, I'm sure you'd agree. With a final score of NFA 0, Wrexham 11, I'm Mark Griffiths from Wrexham AFC.